we have Steve, or Sprice. Dang it, I messed up. Hey guys, so today we have a special episode planned for you because I'm doing this episode with Sprice. And the episode that we're doing today is how to balance school and building.
Hey guys, so today we're going to be talking about how we manage our lives between school and building, which is a very difficult thing to do. And I'll be talking about my perspective from being a college student, while Jack of all spades will be talking about being a high school student. And we both attend public schools.
So, guys, if you didn't already know, I'm in 11th grade, but the good thing about my school is it doesn't have a lot of homework, so I can build a lot after school. Now, yes, I realize that I'm very lucky, and that's not the case for everyone, but something that I find really important is to discover a kind of routine. What I mean by that is that I find it very important to know what my day will look like every day, so I know when I have a good chunk of time to build.
So I'm a senior in mechanical engineering, and to be honest, there are some majors that are easier than others. This is not one of them. There are some days where I'll be doing homework from the moment I get home from school until I go to sleep, and I'll repeat that process every day of going to school, doing homework, going to sleep, over and over for several days at a time. Now in college, in addition to school competing with building in terms of time, there's also the battle of space, because when you're in college, most people live in a dorm or an apartment like I do, and there's just really not enough space to have all your materials here or all your dominoes, and you really couldn't build anything impressive in the area you do have. Luckily, I only live about an hour away from my parents' house, so I can go home pretty often on the weekends. So this is the format that I do to balance school and machines. So I have a ton of work coming at me all the time, and I always know when everything's due. So the best format for me is to get everything out of the way as soon as I can and get ahead on that work, so that on the weekends I can have some time to go home every few weekends, and then throughout the weekend I will just build as much as I can and get as much done as I can in the time that I do have.
Now, my days are pretty consistent. Whenever I get home from school, I just do my homework, check my emails, watch my subscriptions, and then I have the rest of the day to build. But I realize again that that's not the case for everyone. If you find yourself struggling to balance school and building, one thing I would really suggest is to figure out a schedule that works for you. Regardless of what you have planned every day, you'll have the same amount of building time. But the problem comes in where if you don't know what you have planned each day, it leads to the mindset of not wanting to get involved in anything in case you have to leave for something unplanned. In other words, planning out your day is really important so that you know where the best spots every day are so that you can build.
Now, the balance between school and machines has not been easy throughout the time I've been in college, so what I would recommend for anyone who's struggling with that is to make some sort of calendar or planner so you know when everything's coming up and you can plan accordingly and you can fit in building time as much as you possibly can.
Another thing I would suggest is really taking advantage of the weekends. I know a lot of people out there like to wake up at like 11 and then take 5 hours to eat breakfast and then procrastinate forever, but if you really want to have time to build, I would suggest really taking advantage of those weekends.
I definitely have to agree with that. I like to take advantage of the most of every day too. I tend to not sleep a lot. I try to get up as early as possible and be productive every day, whether it's a school day or a building day. In addition to taking advantage of weekends, when I do find a little bit of free time throughout the week, but I don't have access to my materials, I like to spend some time planning my next project so that I don't have to do that during a weekend, or I'm also working on a few smaller projects that I can do at school. For example, I'm building a domino color sorter right now.
Alright, so I hope that helps you guys. I hope you find some time to build throughout the week now.
Alright, I hope this has been beneficial for everyone who is interested. Stay tuned for the next episode where StickTrickDominoDude and CPDC will be talking about how they balance school and building from a homeschool perspective.